Good morning. Hope everybody's having a great week. I hope everybody had a great week. I know I did. It's been really busy, but it's been a great week. I mean, I guess when more people get in here, we'll talk about what's been going on. For now, I'm just gonna jam some Al Green because that's my Sunday morning jam. I love getting up on like early on Sunday mornings. Now I got a balcony to go out onto, and going out like this morning, I went out on the balcony, jammed out some Al Green, drank some coffee. It was great. The dog sat there with me. It was awesome. Oh. So I hope everybody's doing great today. I know I am. It's been a great week so far. Got a lot accomplished. The background is different. If you guys noticed, everything's changed a little bit here. So getting things set up at the new spot. And I'm thinking maybe at some point in this live stream, I'll take you guys into the reptile room and kind of show you what's going on in there. And if you've been following the channel and the socials, you know that I've been building the crap out of PVC. I went and bought a bunch of PVC, and I've been building the crap out of PVC cages, enclosures. And so this whole stack, like this whole thing is going to change here in the next few weeks. I got a 4x4x2 that I built for one of the snakes that I haven't introduced yet. I got several 4x2x2s that I've got to finish up and bring in. I just got to add glass to them. They're all built. So yeah, should be an interesting morning this morning. I hope you got your coffee with you. Coffee with snakes. I got Dorothy with me this morning. It's one of Bob Bledsoe's babies that he hatched. And she's absolute delight. She's an absolute delight. I'm going to try to remember all the morphs that she is, because I didn't get her for the morphs. I got her, for one, because she was the most beautiful snake in the clutch. And two, I wanted to get a snake from Bob, Bob's been a huge inspiration, so happy to have Green Room Python's snake in the clutch. In the reptile room in the Den of Misfits. So, yeah, this is Dorothy, and she is Pinstripe Firefly Inchy Banana. I think I got that right. Pretty sure I got that right. And she's still just a baby. She's probably 2.5 foot long, 3 foot long. She's really healthy. She eats well. Good morning, Candy. Hey, look, Fizzy said good morning. Say good morning, Fizzy. Look at this baby. She is just so beautiful. I mean, every little thing about her, I just love every little thing about her pattern, her color, the way the white comes to gold and then gets kind of grainy here. She's so pixelated on the top, I feel like, and it gives her this really regal look. You know what I mean? She's beautiful. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I'm glad everybody is here this morning. And look at the background, guys. Check it out. Right? So I told you I've been talking about the changes that are going on at the Den of Misfits, and you guys knew that I was moving. So I've been in the middle of getting everything set up. This isn't quite done yet. I was just saying before everybody showed up that some of you know that I've been building PVC enclosures lately. And so I have a bunch I have to get the glass in. This one down here is one of the ones that I built. Mojo's in that one right now. So that's one I built. It's a little different than the ones that I've gotten from Cody, just because I'm going to try something different. But I built a 4x4x2 for one of the new snakes that I haven't shown on the channel yet, which that's coming now that I have the space to film that, because she's quite long. And I kind of needed the aerial space. She's a colubrid, so she moves a lot. So she's kind of hard to get on film. But that's going to be in the background here as soon as I introduce her to the channel, so that way she can be part of the show. And I have, I don't know, three or four by two by twos that I built sitting at my shop that I work at. And as soon as I get the glass in, they're coming home and this whole background's going to change. I should have a stack like this, the four by two by twos, another stack of four by two by twos, and then I'll have my four by two and another, what is, I said that wrong, didn't I? Four by two. Right, so that's going to be as high as two of these enclosures here. So right about, that's how big, from that one to the floor. You can see that in the background. And then I have another one that's going to go on top of that. I've got the reptile room all set up, and it looks great. It looks great. Everything is getting replaced with PVC enclosures, and I'm just gonna make them myself. I'm a contractor. I'm pretty handy with my hands. I got all the tools, so I might as well. So, what are we doing this morning? Let me go back and check comments. I'm sorry, I'm a little chatty this morning. I got a lot to talk about. I'm really excited about the new setup, and I'm really excited about the possibility to go back to doing episodes on a regular basis. I just started moving in this place Wednesday, I think, Thursday. Thursday, it was Thursday. I signed the lease here. So I'm still in the middle of getting everything set up, but this is going to be a huge, huge change for this channel, and I'm super excited about it. Super excited. Like, get to connect with you guys even more, do some more really neat, like, editing and stuff. So, all right, let's get over here to these comments. What are you guys talking about this morning? Good morning, Candy, Fizzy, Ian, and Painting Cleaning LLC. Oh, awesome. Welcome to Earthbound Misfits. I don't know if you've been here before, but I don't recognize your name, but thanks for showing up. This is Coffee with Snakes. We do this live. This is my live stream I do every Sunday morning because I love coffee and I love snakes. And so I usually try to feature a different snake every week. And this week is Dorothy. And she is super cool. She's like probably one of the most socialized snakes that I have. She's just, I mean, she's beautiful. Look at her. Look how calm she is. I handle her quite a bit. I handle all the snakes quite a bit, but yeah, she is something special. That is for sure. Not even that she's one of Bob's snakes. I just love, I love her look. You know. Please like and subscribe. Thanks, Candy, for reminding everybody to like and subscribe. I appreciate you. Hello to Ian SP Painting and Cleaning. Little dude, I wanted that snake. I know. Maybe I'll breed her eventually, Fizzy. Maybe I'll breed her and I get something like her, and then we can talk then. But for right now, I'm just trying to make sure she gets raised up to be a beautiful little girl. You know. Where are we at here on the comments? Okay. What am I drinking? This morning, I'm just drinking my Cafe Bustelo. That's what I'm drinking this morning. I was gonna, so I got this new fancy Keurig for the new place, and I got a new bean grinder, and I was gonna make some blueberry this morning, but I ran out of time to do it, so I just made a cup real quick and hurried up and got online. I mean that's just how busy I've been. I was putting stuff away, and I just hung that picture this morning. And you guys can't see it right now, but you will. But that's just a bunch of pictures of my kids and me, pretty much. This place is great. Hold on, I'm coming down to your comment. Give me just a second. I'll make sure I don't want to miss anybody by accident. Um, so yeah, I'm drinking Cafe Bustelo. Nothing special this morning, I try to drink something special every Sunday, but that's not the way it worked out today. Yeah, me too. It was, you know, so for those of you that don't know, I just moved from a place where I told the guy, I had snakes. I directed him to my channel, and maybe that's why I messed up. He was fine with it, I think, until he seen the channel and realized, exactly how many snakes I have. I'm not sure. But he told me he was, deathly scared of snakes, and which didn't make much sense to me. Um, it didn't make much sense to me because like you're not gonna come in my house anyways. Anyways, but yeah, I made sure first thing when I started looking at this place, I made sure, excuse me, I made sure that they knew exactly how many snakes I have, who I am, what I do for a living, and what I do on the side. So yeah, they're a-okay with everything, and they were super cool about it, which is awesome. And it's in one of my favorite cities in Michigan. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I feel like this is going to be a really cool opportunity for the channel. Um, if you found a place, would it be bad if you had a pet snake and left it alone from Monday to Friday? Circuit wave, no, no. As long as it's fed, ball pythons. Some snakes eat more than once a week. They eat every 5 to 10 days. A lot of colubrids are like that because they move a lot, so they use up a lot of energy. So they require a little more food. But like ball pythons, they get fed once a week. So if you fed it and you went on vacation for a week, as long as you got somebody checking to make sure that your setup is staying consistent, or you're connected to your setup somehow through your phone, to make sure that things are good. You really don't have to mess with them that much at all. So yeah, they'd be fine for a week. I'm sure of it. Let's see. I love you, Candy. You're awesome. Place looks great. I'm glad you found a good one. I did. I did. Thank you so much. I did find a good one. It was just by chance. I didn't even know. It's so weird because I love this town so much. It's really a village, and I had no idea that these were here. Like I had no idea these apartments were even here. And somebody said, "Hey, did you check those apartments?" And blah blah blah. I can tell you guys where I live, but did you check those apartments tucked in the back? And I was like, "What apartments are you talking about?" So that led me to find this place, which is super convenient, and I love it. It's great. All your light and heat automated. Right. Good answer, Candy. That's kind of what I was getting at. Not if you have all your heat and light automated, you should be good to go as long as they're fed. Um, see, Monday to Friday, and then I just got to come home on the weekend and feed. Yeah, yeah. They're actually really good. I don't know if you travel for a living. It kind of sounds like maybe you travel for a living. Circuit wave. If you do, snake is actually a really good animal to have. I would recommend, I would be a little worried about the water supply, but as long as you got clean, good water, stuff that's not going to skim up and mold over the week that you're gone, you should be okay. So it seems like you're asking some really good questions. So let's just stop and talk about this for a minute. So if I was going to leave my snake for a week, I would make sure that I fed him before I left, or at least offer a meal, and then I would check. I would clean their water dish really good, put fresh water in there, even distilled water because distilled water won't skim up and get nasty and mucky. As quick because there's not anything left in there to build on for mold or anything to build on. So while distilled water is not the best drinking water for anybody because there's not very many nutrients left in it, it'll give it something to drink to keep it hydrated and won't mold over. I change my water every probably twice a week. I change my water. I wash my bowls at least once a week. So from that's kind of what I'm saying from what my perspective is built from. So yeah, you should be fine. Snakes are actually really good to, just feed them and leave them alone. So you're on the right track. I think you'll be okay. Um, let's see here. I'm not seeing a sinister footage. Good job with the community. This is a great community by the way, to ask questions to. If I don't get to them right away in the live stream, somebody will probably answer them for you. Everybody here, unless you're a newcomer, pretty much has snakes and are pretty well educated. We're all snake nerds on this channel. That's that's it. Um, but we left Sunday morning to avoid the storms. Yeah, I didn't make it to Tinley, unfortunately, but and well, here's why I didn't make it to Tinley because I was moving. I just didn't have the time, and I really kind of wanted to hold on to the funds that I had. Because anything can happen. Anything can happen with when you're moving. So you want to make sure you have extra funds. So I was just trying to be a responsible adult instead of a reptile loving child like I normally am. But here's the good thing about Missing Tinley, and I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but check out the NARBC channel or their pages and stuff. But they added a third date because they took Schaumburg out. So there's a third Tinley date. I think it's in like June or July, one of the J months, something like that. So I will be at that one for sure. Um, but that was, yeah, I would have spent all my money, right? Because you guys know, like I'm looking for a pygmy python. Um, I've wanted one for a long time, and I almost bought one at the last Tinley I was at. Not this last one, but the one before. Fizzy, you were there. We seen each other. It was great. Um, yeah, I was gonna get one then, and I had things going on in life at the time, so it didn't work out. But still looking for one. Um, State Line Farms. Oh, State Line. Oh yeah, State Line Farms. This is my. So I live in Michigan. This is my buddy's medical marijuana cannabis grow operation. So he helps. They help cancer patients and people who need cannabis to enrich their lives. So yeah, I'm really proud of him because he's younger than me, but he's invested his time, his money, his work ethic, and he's helping people. And I think that's a great thing. And I can't say anything bad about him. He's a really good friend of mine, and I love him to death. So, and that's why I wear a shirt on the channel sometimes because they deserve it. Um, no, there's not another Schomburg show. Good morning, Ross. Thanks for joining us this morning. Welcome to Coffee with Snakes Live. This is Dorothy. She is absolute wonderful snake. I love her to death. Um, Tonight's feeding night for everybody, so that ought to be pretty exciting for them. I always wonder if when I pull them out for the live stream, I wonder if that particular snake thinks they're getting fed. You know what I mean? Because I always feed them on Sunday night. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Let me go back to that. I'm trying to keep up with comments. So NARBC, because Schaumburg was canceled, that Schaumburg's no longer on the schedule anymore. So they added another Tinley date. So I think it's in like June. I'll double check and I'll get the information on the channel for sure beforehand, but there's another one. So now there's 3 Tinleys a year at this point. So if this one works out, which I hope it does, everybody go. If this one works out, they're going to keep doing that because something happened. I think I don't want to say because I don't want to misrepresent what's going on there, but I think the laws changed or something in that state. Maybe I'm confusing it with something else, but something changed that they had to drop the Schaumburg date, the Schaumburg show, so they had another one for Tinley, which is awesome because it's like 3 Super Bowls in 1 year. Say less. Maybe we'll go into the reptile. Man, maybe I'll save that for Patreon. Because I don't think Patreon has really seen the reptile room yet. And they deserve to see it first. They can help keep the community going. They help keep the community pulled together. And so by doing that, by being, Patreon members, they're community builders. So I try to show them as much love as possible, especially when new things are happening. Yeah, they're probably going to see the new snakes. They almost always see the new snakes first before I put them on YouTube. But I'm working on this really cool episode. Um, how do I say that without revealing what the snake is? I'm working on a really cool introduction episode for two of them. Matter of fact, and there's actually three new snakes here that nobody has seen yet. So I'll get there. I promise you, I'll get there. Um, like I said, one of the big changes here with this new spot is the ability to film and and edit. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by her on a regular basis. So it's going to allow me to be a little more productive for the channel. Whereas things have been kind of weird. Nope, I did not. I just thought about that this morning though, Candy. And I'll get that over to you because I have the new address ready for you. I probably would have gotten it if you'd have sent it to the old address, but I didn't want to risk it. I didn't want to risk missing, what you wanted to send and possibly losing track of that. So that's why. But yeah, I'll get that to you. I promise. All right. Excuse me, Melody, if you're watching, it doesn't look like she is at the moment. Send me a text later. Remind me. Candy, you send me a text later. Remind me to send you the address. That'd be better. Okay, so you guys see what's going on back here though? Do you see this? Hey, what's going on? We'll do. Okay, awesome. We didn't buy anything, but there was a cute, little, mostly white clown. Perfect smiley face on his nose. I wish I'd taken a picture. That'd have been cool to see. And you didn't buy it? A part of me is proud of you. The responsible adult part of me is proud of you. Now, the irresponsible snake nerd wishes you'd have got it so you could have sent me some videos and stuff about it. So I kind of wonder what it looks like. Who had it? On whose table? Do you know whose table it was? What breeder it was? I bet we can find it on the website. Sonia kind of introduced me. If you've been to the channel for a while, you know who Sonia is. A good friend of the channel. She's awesome. She's a great Patreon member. Sonia kind of introduced me to Bushveld. I don't know if you guys know who that is. But I'm about to purchase a snake from them. No, it's not a house snake. So at some point here in the next few months. But it's a snake I really, really want that not a lot of people have. And I'm a big fan of that. You get a beat. Yeah. Are we frozen? Oh no. I thought I was frozen because I stood still. I looked in the other thing. I'm just not all the way awake yet. Um. Oh, that coffee is really good this morning. What are you guys drinking? Everybody want to know what I was drinking. What are you guys drinking this morning? Is everybody? Sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. Is everybody drinking coffee this morning? They're camping. I'm also terrible with humans, and so I don't know whose table it was. I'm terrible with humans, aren't we all? Come back on Sunday, I probably would have taken it home. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't matter if you didn't buy it. You'll find something that is, in the right moment at the right time. But that was responsible of you because, there's some people out there, camping or not, probably would have bought it and then took it back to the cold night and stressed it out if they would have made it home with it. So Good on you for being responsible. Had a Capri Sun of water so far. I started making. Well, I've been a big tea drinker too, but I realized that I really love Earl Grey with green, and it's pretty good. So yeah, I'm kind of getting into teas too. I found this cinnamon tea that I really, really, really enjoy. Where are you going, sweetie? Hmm? Where are you going? She's super cool. I love her so much. I love you so much. We might have to go get a different snake out here soon. There she is. Okay. You had coffee yesterday. You're not supposed to be drinking coffee. You're not supposed to be doing that. It's all right. It's okay every now and then. Chamomile. That's good. I used to grow chamomile. Yeah, that's good coffee. Or good coffee. Good tea. Really great tea. So you just trying to stay away from caffeine. Is it caffeine you're trying to stay away from? I don't remember. I know we talked about this in a previous live stream, so I don't really remember. Look at her. She's so cool. She's so awesome. Um, Man, you guys. So it's hard to talk about what's going on because there's still things that aren't ready to be put out in public yet, and there's still like a lot of constructing to do. But there's so much. Like I want to take you guys into the reptile room, which is right down the hallway here, and it is packed. It is packed wall to wall with lizards and snakes, and it's so awesome. I just I had a reptile room at one point, and it wasn't quite enclosed enough, so it was hard to like temperate the room to create that environment in the room and keep it that way. But this one is perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect for keeping snakes in. I keep the humidity at its own level. Or the room, like when you walk in, it's a completely different environment. The room itself, so that's really helping with my humidity and my, the stress levels of my snakes, which they weren't really stressed out before. But I'm always looking for different ways to go ahead and alleviate any further stress or things that might go. Okay, so I did give a glimpse. Oh, I did give a glimpse on Patreon, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, I think early socialization is key to, a lot of times when we buy a baby snake or a new snake from a breeder or something, it's probably spent most of its life in a tub. Not a lot of socializing. So, when you first get them, it's like you want them to relax for like a week or so and give them a little bit of time. But then you have to almost immediately start working with them, it seems like, because once you get them there when they're younger, it's a lot easier, I think. Um, I think people get confused sometimes because older snakes don't tend to be as defensive. And so they think, oh, older, it must be socialized. But I think the snake is not just, it's not showing you the obvious signs of stress if it's not used to being handled and it's not socialized even as an adult. Sure, it might not be biting you, but who? How do you know the snake is not stressed out? Especially if you're a new owner, So I think socializing any snake that you get, but socializing from a young age definitely has an effect on the outcome of the relationship. Hi, baby. Dorothy, I swear, Bob must have been like handling the eggs or something. He had to be doing something different. Like, hey, like I don't know what you would do, but like I bet you these snakes crawled out like nodding, like, "What's up, dude?" They just came out the egg like, "What's up? I'm coming out. What you got going on?" Um, Do you know it's still in the box? Um, yeah, yeah. I don't know who Ghost Hunter is, but yeah, he definitely spends a lot of time with him. Yeah, I mean, you can tell right from the jump. Like as soon as I pulled her out, you could tell like this definitely came from somebody who's very, very experienced with snakes and developing their personalities. You know what I mean? Like you could tell. Um, and I'm hoping. So I've got a breed set up. I'm not breeding anybody yet. I just think um, being set up for something like that because I have been pondering it. So I've got the equipment to do so. But I'm kind of looking to experiment in that sense too, like with baby snakes, how do I get them in myself? Because, you know, Bob's done it several times. So, and there's a lot of people, a lot of keepers out there, a lot of breeders that do socialize their babies. So it's like, you know, um, what is that like? I think it'll just make me a better keeper, trying to figure out how to do that. So that's where I'm at with that. Hi, baby. You're so beautiful. Yes, you are. It's so beautiful. Look at that baby. Between these snakes and blues. That's a good way to put that. You know, it's also an invitation. If you don't know about snakes, I like this. I like this live stream to kind of be an invitation for people to pop in and maybe learn about snakes. Maybe it'll become a new hobby that they've always wanted to do and they just didn't know it. Because so many people make assumptions about snakes, and I think doing a live stream and showing the handling and how they act and you know, you guys know we get a lot of people on the channel like, oh my God, you got a snake. And then they're here for a minute. They're like, that is so cool. So they learn a little bit, and they learn to shed that preconception that they've been fed about snakes. And it's not just ball pythons. You know, most snakes are alike. I'll say that in their temperament. Well, not their temperament, but how you need to handle them, their body language. So I don't handle venomous, but so I'll leave that to those experts to explain that part. But these guys are just awesome. So I think that it brings in people into that world of snakes too. I would hope so. Thank you. Thanks for that. It means a lot. I really appreciate that. That's what we're going for. I think that's definitely what I'm going for. Bob's definitely was a huge resource for me when I got back into exotics. So I appreciate being compared to that channel. That's awesome. My king snake is great. Yeah. So funny thing, while I was moving, now you guys know Carl, the king snake, is very little. He's a baby, and they're very good escape artists, and I'm well aware of that. So as we're moving his enclosure, um, welcome, Skibbity, Ohio, Sigma. I can't say all that. Yeah, this snake is certainly chill. But what I was saying about the king snake is, so I was moving them, and I'm trying to look for Carl because I gotta tote all them up during the move or anytime we travel. So I tote them all up safely and responsibly, and I couldn't find Carl anywhere. Anywhere. He wasn't in any of his normal spots, man. I took everything out of his enclosure and I'm like running my hands through the substrate and I'm really starting to get worried. Like I'm starting to panic a little bit. You know what I mean? And I look up and if you know his enclosure, he's got a potted plant in his enclosure. Um, I look up and his little head is poking out of the top, looking down at me, like, "What are you doing?" Guys, I thought I lost him. I really did. And he's such a small snake that if I lose him while he's that small, the chances of finding him are very, very, very slim. The fact that he'll eat just about anything makes it even worse. Like, I can't entice him. He'll find his own food, and he's in a room full of snakes and he's a snake eater. So yeah, I was freaking out. Yes, I was. I was freaking out. But it was so funny. It was so funny. Hey, Sonia, there you are. We were just talking about you a few minutes ago. Good morning. Glad you joined us. So I was just talking about I lost Carl. I thought I lost Carl, but he was hiding under. So in the pot that I have in his enclosure, he was hiding under the sphagnum moss. Yeah. And so I looked up and his cute little head was looking down at me like he was wondering what I was doing. Like, why are you tearing everything up, man? And it was the cutest thing. But I was so glad to find him. I was really glad to find him. He's such a little guy. I would feel so bad if, if he got out. It's totally my fault if he got out, right? And he's so little, he's so defenseless that it would break my heart. I would tear this whole place apart looking for him. I would. Morning, Carter. Carter's Coils. Glad you joined us. I'm just going to keep calling you Carter's Coils online. Glad everybody's popping in. It's awesome. Some of my normal names are popping in here now. Yeah, the snake is very, very, very chill. Most ball pythons are really chill. People call them pet rocks, which I think is absolutely not true. Look, she's got herself hooked. Okay. You figure out how to get down from there. She's got herself, so there's a bar under the back of my chair. Look, and she's got her head hooked under there. Are you wrapped around? Oh, you're not. She's totally chill. That's the other cool thing about this place is the snakes they're open to free roam. You know what I mean? They're open to free roam. They can do all kinds of stuff, which is going to be super helpful to socializing them. Yeah, I've been bitten by a snake before. Not this snake. I haven't been bitten by one of my snakes before, but it was my fault. It was my fault. I was trying to add water and it ran into her, and I tried to stop the water, and she didn't realize what was going on. It scared her, so she just struck in defense. But I've been bitten by other snakes quite a bit, and I'm still alive. Nobody's poisoned me. I can't even show you where I've been bitten because it doesn't do anything. Snakes have very, very sharp little teeth for the most part, so it's not as bad. Now, if getting bit by a retic or something is obviously a big snake is going to be different, but for the most part, ball pythons specifically, they don't hurt when they bite. What are you getting ants in your pants? What am I missing over here? Am I missing a bunch in the chat? Scared of snakes and can't have caffeine because I'm still a kid. Oh, but that's okay. You don't have to have caffeine. Just because it's coffee with snakes. We're all age channel, so you're welcome to be here. I'm glad you're here. Maybe we can help you get over your fear of snakes. Subscribe to the channel and come watch what's going on, man, because there's tons to learn about these guys. A lot of false information out there. It's one of the reasons we do this channel, is because we want people to know how incredibly awesome these animals are. And they are. People are so used to dogs and cats and stuff like that, but there's something different about creating a relationship with a snake. Something different about it. And it's really awesome. It's a really awesome experience. And if you're young, I encourage you to look into exotic animals. Because they're just like any other pet. They're just like any other animal, and they deserve the respect and be treated kindly with love and compassion because we all share DNA. Okay. No change in the eggs. No change in the eggs. Day 64. Well, we're crossing our fingers. Let's. Still a little early. I think. I guess I don't know because I don't breed house snakes, so I'm not sure what the incubation time is for those. Um. Oh, Candy. I'm sorry, Sonia. Sonia. So they bit you? One of them bit you? This is surprising news to me because I was there when Sonia held her first snake. Um, she's gonna get on me about that footage right about now. She's gonna be like, "Why haven't you given me that yet? Why haven't you put it out?" Um, she's talking about egg watch. Don't really hurt. I rescue snakes. I mean, don't even right. Can't even break skin. Yep. Yes, this is true. Where are we at? She's talking about egg watch. Right. Yeah, she's close. She's close, but just be patient, Sonya. You'll get there. You're gonna send me one, right? 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 You gonna send me one? It's always the human's fault. Yeah, this is true. See, guys, you guys have got this, man. I should just sit here and play with the snake. You've got this. Look at you in food mode. Yeah, most of my bites have been in food mode, or all my bites have been either from the snake being in food mode or in defense. Now, in the snake's defense, um, I go out and I hurt all over Michigan, try to go to different states. So I do catch wild snakes, and that's mainly where I've been bitten at, is catching wild snakes, which is perfectly normal. You kind of expect to get bitten when you go out hunting for snakes. You try not to get bitten, but it happens, as long as you know what you're doing. Who are you again? Look, now I got Candy asking you for one too. But yeah, snake bites happen. Not a lot of mine bite because they're pets, and I socialize my snakes. So I spend a lot of time with them, and they're used to being handled. So I don't get bit by them like I've been bitten by. Okay, so Carl tried to eat me one time, but he's just a little baby. And then Dorothy, not Dorothy, Dewey, actually had struck my hand once, and that's the one that got me when I was watering the tank or whatever. But that was my fault. It's never the snake's fault. It's always a human error, or they're in food mode. That's about it. So snakes aren't really that vicious, and they don't hunt you down. They don't chase you. It's nothing like that. I was trying to get it off the glue pad because it escaped and it was upset. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I actually we had an incident one time where Melody had to get a garter snake off of a glue pad, and she did a great job. And I think I'm pretty sure the snake really appreciated it because it was just like super calm, super handleable. So yeah, those things suck when they happen, but you handled it pretty well. We talked about that. Yes, love is in the air. you you told me Bubba and Snowy hooked up. You're just gonna have. I told you, you're gonna have so many snakes that you're gonna be trying to give them away in like holiday cards. People don't even like snakes. You're gonna open up and there's gonna be a little house snake crawling out like Happy Holidays. You're gonna be giving them things away. You have to create a website or get on Morph Market or something, or you have to invest in an enclosure company because you're gonna need so many. Yeah, you just line the room. Just go ahead. Go ahead and line the room. Get the whole room done. You know what I mean? Just go on ahead. Get it done. That way, so that way you can live like I do, surrounded by snakes all the time. It's a pretty good life. Look, here we go. See, we're solving the problem. Everybody wants a house snake. I'll take two. No, you're gonna sell some to me. Oh, I can't believe you didn't even put me on that list. Hello. Uh, who are you again? Dave or Garrett, but not Sam. You're not gonna sell them to Sam. Okay. You know I'm gonna get one, and then I'm gonna put it on the channel, and I'm just gonna be like, look, Sonya says she wasn't gonna give me a snake. No, I don't. I'm picking on you. I don't necessarily want one for free. I was just picking on you. I mean, I'll take a free snake. I don't know many people that wouldn't that join this channel on a regular basis. But no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't actually expect you to give me a free snake. Friends and family discount. You charge what it's worth. Oh, Dorothy is always so chill. I love her. She's so relaxed right now. Like, look at her. She's just kind of hanging there. She's just a wet noodle. You're just a wet noodle, aren't you, baby? Yeah. She's one of my favorites to handle. Her Mojo. You guys know Mojo is just like he's a darling. He is a darling. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, you let me know what's going on with those house snakes, son. You keep me informed because I will. I'd like to get a couple from you probably, and we'll talk about that. You text me. You know, we'll figure it out. Um, yeah, Dorothy is so. I just love. You know, when I look at her on camera, it is the pixelation up here that gives her such the bright yellow right here. You know what I mean? And I think it's the contrast that really does it. But her patterns are just, I mean, that pinstripe inchy together is amazing. It does amazing things. So, um, good way to get rid of head shyness is to just touch them. You know, they're gonna pull back on you. You know what I mean? The first, week or so that you're doing that, they're gonna pull back on you. But like, and there's still, there's not a lot of snakes that get to where they're just completely relaxed, about being touched on the head. But like, I touch mine on the head and the tail almost every time I get them out. Almost always, I'm trying to touch their head, just especially when I'm kind of just not really paying attention a lot. You know what I mean? Just randomly messing with their tails and messing with their heads so they're not so jumpy. So just do that. You know what I mean? Just kind of grab their heads and touch it. See, she's still pulling back a little bit, but at the same time, she's not really scared and it's not making her defensive. She just wants to make sure she's safe. That's all. They see. I can kiss Mojo on his head, and he doesn't jump, and usually she doesn't either. But maybe she's not feeling me today. Yeah, it really does. You always want to start from underneath. I think because it puts them in a less defensive state. Nothing that's going to eat them generally comes from underneath, right? So their chins is probably a good way to start. But like, I don't know if you guys ever notice, but like sometimes I'm doing this to their tails. You know what I mean? I'm always like, I'm kind of like, when I'm free roaming them and stuff, I'm always like messing with their tails and their heads, and that kind of gets them used to it. So, where you at? Bubba likes to hang out in my pocket. Yeah. Um, Bubba likes to hang out. Yeah. Mojo, if I'm wearing a hoodie, Mojo likes to get in my hood. Like he'll just get in my hood and just set his head on one of my shoulders, depending on which way he's facing. He's really funny about it. But he crawls into my hood, and I just started doing that with him, like, I don't know, a few months ago. And I was just like, I pulled the hood up and showed him there's a little pocket there, and he loves it. Yeah, yeah, they're tail shy at first. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're doing this, you know what I mean, then they're used to it. They don't see it as defense. They don't feel defensive. Obviously, who am I explaining this to? You just got to do it more. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. I think Dorothy's about over me. And she's about over being on the channel. I don't know. Yeah, just get in there. Make yourself, handle them for 15, 20 minutes. And while you're doing that, as we have snakes for a while, one of the things I've always kind of been worried about is not having this extra room just for the majority of my snakes. It's always kind of worried me because then they're closed off from my vision and from my. I do have a beautiful neck scarf. What do you mean? She's beautiful. But I always worried about, not seeing them and not having them in the forefront of my mind. Obviously, that's not going to be a problem. But I always kind of worried about that I wouldn't be handling them as much, So I've always kind of kept them real close to where the room I stay in or the one that I frequent the most. So they're constantly on my mind and I'm paying attention to what's going on with them, But I don't think that's going to have much of an effect on me here. So, good morning, Melody. Muffler. Muffler. Oh, yeah. Wait till you see some of the things that I have with some of the new snakes. I got some really cool pictures of. Did I tell you guys? Whatever. His name's Darwin. I think I told you his name already. Yeah. Come here, baby. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you climbing a chair? She's climbing a chair again. Now I forgot what I was saying because she distracted me. What are you doing? Where are you going? Isn't she the coolest? I swear, if you guys wouldn't get used to seeing her, I would have her out in every episode because she is so cool. They're not good climbers. You see her falling back and forth there? It's because they're not good climbers. We talked about that, remember? Where are you going, baby? That's not going to work out for you. That's not going to work out for you. Come here. Oh, come here. Come on. Our live stream's almost done. We're going to run out of time and you're going to be like somewhere else. Yes, we met Darwin. We didn't meet Darwin. You guys didn't meet Darwin. Oh, Patreon met Darwin. Right. Patreon met Darwin, right? Gotta put. Aren't I just the greatest YouTuber ever? Keeping things organized and knowing where everything's at. I don't. Did I put Darwin on Patreon? I don't think I did. I think I told you guys about him. I don't think I've posted any videos or any pictures of him yet. I'm not really sure. I could be wrong. But he's still, I don't know. I've seen them all. Don't ask me. Yeah, to be fair, I might have sent Candy and Sonya pictures, but like, they're part of my team. No, Darwin is not sick anymore. He healed great. Uh, Actually had to reschedule his final vet visit yesterday because I was in the middle of moving, and I told them, we'll go ahead and schedule his appointment, but I'm going to be moving, so we might have to push it back because I don't want to move them and then take them immediately to the vet. You know what I mean? I want to give them a week or so to sit down and relax in the new room and the new environment and realize that they're still in their enclosures. Things look a little different outside, but that they're okay. And then we can go back through the stress of going to the vet. So I went ahead and pushed that back another week. And then one of the other ones is getting a health checkup the same time because I had her scheduled. One of the new ones that I haven't told you guys what she is. I don't even think I've told you her name yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So the Darwin seems to be, he's got a great, he's eaten. I got a good shed from him. I got an awesome shed from him. It's probably the coolest shed I've ever gotten from a snake. I can show, hey, I should show you the shed. Maybe somebody can guess what kind of snake it is. Sam the Secret Keeper. Look, it's not about keeping secrets, right? And I know that's what everybody thinks, but really what it's about is making sure that the snakes are healthy and ready to be shown on the channel, right? Because I don't want to show you guys a sick snake. I don't want to introduce a snake that I'm not sure about health-wise. I'm just trying to be responsible about it. But it is a bit of a secret, and I am taunting you guys with it. I guess I'll admit that. So, but it's good. The wait's almost over. I promise. That's what all this is. All this is meant to do. Um, so let me go. Give me a second, and I'll go get this. I'll go get the shed from Darwin. Because I want to show you guys the shed. It looks really, really cool, the way it came out. And if you're a snake nerd, maybe you can tell me what species you think it is. It's really long and really skinny. Okay, so let me go get this shed and you can check that out. I'll show it to you real quick and you can decide what you want. I think you just talked about Darwin before. Right. I guess maybe not. Right. I got a perfect shed for cornflake, except for her head. Can't find the head. It is so long, right? It's always like 2/3 the length of their body or an extra third the length of the body or something. I probably said that wrong. Let me go get the shed and you guys can guess what kind of snake it is. I'll just take you with me. Since I've shown Patreon. Now, I've shown Patreon the snake room. And I haven't really shown anybody else. And let me look in to make sure that you can't see any of the ones that I haven't shown yet. I think everybody's asleep. Yep, everybody's sleeping. All right, so let's take a look around here real quick. Point this down a little bit. So all the glass enclosures are in here. You can't see anybody. Ha. But yeah, pretty cool, right? Let me get this shed from Darwin, and I'll show you what that looks like, because it's pretty awesome. Look at the head on this. Look at that. Look at how long that is. Look at that. There should be a big clue in these eyes, in these eye caps here. There should be a big clue in that. So, there you go. I'm taunting you more. Yes, I am taunting you more. Let me put that back up here. I know it's coffee with snakes. Can you guys see? I don't know. See, Melody? You put all this stuff on this enclosure, and now we can't see Nebby. So, good morning, Nebby. All right, we're going back in here. That's enough. I gotta finish setting things up, and you guys can see more. All right. All right. So we're at the top of our hour. Let me go through these comments. I'm not just gonna jump off after showing you all that, but let's get a look at these comments here. Let's see what we got. Love you too, Sonia. Big eyes. Yes. Big eyes. Uh-oh. I'm not sure what happened there. All right. Let me go through these comments real quick. Catch your grill. You have a female ball python. That's pretty awesome. Subscribe to the channel and take a picture, post a picture in our community chat. I'd love to see everybody's snakes. I really do. I'd love to see what your snake looks like. Thanks for joining us this morning. We're about to shut down this morning. We go from 9 to 10. We go for like an hour every Sunday, Coffee with Snakes Live. So please come back and join us. I kind of sucks you just showed up. But yeah, we'll be back live next week, and I'd love to see a picture of your snake. Let's see. I'm guessing rough scale without seeing it. Nope, not rough scale. It's a great setup. Thanks, Fizzy. Appreciate that. Those are all going to be PVCs here about a week or so. So, it's lyrics art, bro. Okay, fine. It's lyrics art. It can stay. That's all right. What's up, baby? She's, I love this snake so much. She's so awesome. I'm glad it makes you smile, Candy. You guys make me smile. You guys make my Sunday. You get me motivated. You're always checking out on me, and I love it. I love you guys for it. We've built such a great community, through Patreon. My Patreon members are just the greatest community to be a part of, I think. They're so friendly, they're so helpful, and everybody is looking to help with the cause of exotic animals and husbandry and care and education and conservation. That it's just creates a really good environment, and it's really positive for me. It really is a positive spot in my life. So I really love you guys for that. I can't say enough. I can't say enough. I really can't. But we're at the top of our hour, guys, and I still have more stuff to move, and I still have more chores to do. So if you're watching, man, hit the subscribe button. Like the video. Come check us out. Go check out the shorts. Check it out on Patreon. We got our Patreon. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. All these things that you're supposed to say on your channel. Just pretend I said them, and love you guys, man. Okay? So until next week, stay wild, but keep your feet on the ground. Take care, everybody. See ya. Where you going, Dorothy?